No, don't touch it. I'm walking. Don't touch it.
No, yes, I'm working. Oh.
Yeah, and again, now a little bit more than 10% statewide, heavily the vote by mail here. That's why you see such a massive Harris lead. Not just heavily vote by mail, but heavily Philadelphia and Pittsburgh area, Allegheny County. Those are the two biggest in the state. So I think why don't we just give you a sense here over the next couple hours as Pennsylvania starts to take shape, what we're going to be looking at, because this could be absolutely critical, obviously, when we start talking about road to 270 scenarios. So, first of all, for Democrats in Philadelphia, it's just a question of margin. Harris is going to win this very big, but let me just show you what happened in 2020. This is what it looked like, and this was a margin for Democrats. You could see Biden 603,000, Trump 132,000. That is a margin of about 470,000 votes for Democrats out of Philadelphia. I think one of the numbers to keep an eye on as Philadelphia and Pennsylvania comes in is, does that get up to, if that got to 500,000, maybe set that as a bit of a benchmark here. If Democrats can get that up to 500,000, I think they're going to be feeling very good about what they can do in Pennsylvania. Can they drive that number up? Because, while this is a big number for Democrats, this 81-18 victory for Biden over Trump, there was a little bit of slippage there. This is just the city of Philadelphia. A little bit of slippage there for Democrats, give it relative to what they used to get out of Philadelphia. It's because in 2020, in part, Trump made gains with Hispanic voters in Hispanic precincts and neighborhoods of Philadelphia. So that's one of the things to watch tonight. Democrats are getting a big margin, but how big? Is it going north of 470? Is it getting up to 5? Or does this tick down another point or two in either direction here? So we're going to be looking out of that in Philadelphia. The other big thing, look, the collar counties of Philadelphia, these four right here. It's Delaware County, Chester County, Montgomery County, and Bucks County. Take them in almost two sections here. Take these three together. Delaware County, where we do have a little bit of vote, can show you right now. Core Democratic County, this is a little bit more racially diverse. You see Biden won this by 26 points. It's just about running up the number for Democrats in Delaware County, as is the case in Chester County. Now, Chester County, again, this fits that profile we talk about. High concentration of college degrees, higher income. There's no county in Pennsylvania in the Trump era that has become more Democratic to the degree that Chester County has. So as you start to look at the results come in here tonight, it'll be a while. See what Biden got here, 58%. Maybe set a benchmark in your head of 60%. Can Harris break 60% in Chester? Because what's happening in Pennsylvania, and this is going to be a theme in the two other northern tier battleground states, what's happening in Pennsylvania is the Democratic base is geographically contracting. Trump came along in 2016 and he started to run up massive margins in rural areas of the state, rural blue-collar areas of the state. And what's happened is the Democratic base has become more geographically concentrated into cities and metro areas. Again, suburbs, places, as I say, keep saying it, but it's what the stats show, high concentrations of college degrees. So what the Democrats increasingly need to do is just focus on running up margins in those places that can offset the Trump gains elsewhere in the state. So that's what these three counties are all about. Bucks is a big one, about 450,000 people here. It's a little bit different. This is a true swing county here. How this one goes tonight could tell us a lot about how the state is going. It's just, it's more blue collar than these other collar counties. So we're going to be watching there. South Central, Pennsylvania, sort of this region in here, Harrisburg, Lancaster, York. This is actually an area. There are some Republican counties in here, but this is an area where Trump had some slippage. Cumberland County. This is an area where Trump had some slippage in 2020, a potential area of growth here for Democrats. We're going to keep an eye on this region. Western Pennsylvania, you see a lot of blue here again because it's vote by mail. These are almost all going to be red tonight. And this is, when I say Trump has been running up the score, these are the counties where he gets 65, 70, 75% of the vote, all in this part of the state. And I think where the game may be won or lost in Pennsylvania is going to be northeast Pennsylvania. I think we showed you at the start of the night, but I'll go back to it again. Going to be paying a lot of attention to Lackawanna County, and we've got about a quarter of the vote in here. Again, this is the vote by mail, but here's the story in Lackawanna County where the city of Scranton is. This was pre-Trump a big Democratic bastion. Trump, look at that. He almost won this in 2016. What a shift. Democrats actually jumped up to close to a 10-point win here in 2020. Was that because Joe Biden and his Scranton ties? Was that because of, something else, changing attitudes towards Trump perhaps? Big question here. And there's a lot of counties like this in Pennsylvania and Michigan and Wisconsin. Big question here is, can Trump get this back to 2016 levels, or really, can he win this county? That's what he wants to be doing. And there's also a lot of these counties in this sort of this stretch of the state right here. You've got a lot of counties with substantial Hispanic populations. And that's the other thing that the Trump campaign has been talking about. Berks is where the city of Reading is. Reading is about 2/3 Hispanic, largest concentration of Hispanic voters anywhere in the state. Trump actually, he lost the city of Reading. He made gains there in 2020. He made gains in a lot of these small, mid-sized cities in Pennsylvania, sort of this part of the state right here, that have substantial Hispanic populations. His campaign is betting a lot on that being a trend that continues this election, and there being improvement for Trump in those small, mid-sized cities and the counties around them. So we're going to be paying attention to that as it comes in. So again, Democrats just need to get massive margins out of Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and the suburbs right around them, and Trump needs to get back to his 2016 levels in the blue-collar parts of the state. Again, it's pretty much just vote by mail that you're seeing there in Pennsylvania. But as this takes shape, that's what we're going to be looking for. And just take a quick look back here at Georgia. We've been monitoring everything. I will tell you this. One thing I've been looking at, and this is the clearest thing yet in terms of completed counties, you're always looking to see when you have all the vote in a county and you compare it to the last election and you say, is there a trend? So one of the things, there's like 3 or 4 of these categories we're looking at, but one of them we've said is the rural counties in Georgia, the heavily Republican rural counties, and it's very consistent. We now have 15, maybe 20 of them that are basically complete right now. Very small, but in just about all of them, Trump is running a point to 3 points better than he did in 2020. And that was one of our questions in Georgia. Is Trump going to slip a couple of potentially critical points in his core parts of the state? So we are not seeing that there. But there's a lot more, obviously, we're going to be looking for as Georgia continues to come in.